The U.S. has surpassed 1,100 measles cases in just the first 2 months of this year. According to data published from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, there are more than 1,100 cases of measles, which is 6 times higher than what's typical for an entire year. 5 of those measles cases are from Maine, all stemming from an adult from Penobscot County who traveled to a state with active measles cases, as confirmed by the Maine CDC earlier this month. Health officials say more than 80% of cases are among children and teens. About 96% are in people who are unvaccinated or not fully vaccinated. Health experts warn the country is on track for another record-breaking year.